Hi, this is Sonia. Welcome back to my channel, Sonia on Being 60. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and for my Canadian friends, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had a wonderful time as in so doing. So today I just wanted to chat a bit about the first challenge that we undertook for the last 2 weeks, and how did it go? How did you find, drinking 1 to 2 liters of water every day, or, and taking, 2 to 3 10-minute walks every day? Was this something new for you? And if so, I'd love to hear how you felt doing that, if it made a difference, if it's something you think you'll continue doing. I know for myself, I managed I did the 2 weeks with the drinking of the water and the walking. Drinking water, it continues to be a struggle for me. I don't know why, but I just never really think to reach for water. So it is something that I will continue to do, and I will continue to have 1 to 2 liters of water every day, because I know that this is something that is really good for us to do. Later on in the video, we'll get into what the next 2-week challenge will be. Again, it's all, everything that I'm choosing is all part and parcel of staying healthy, staying fit, being mobile, having a generally good sense of well-being. And this doesn't apply just when you're 60 or older. This applies really at any age. At any age, we want to be the best that we can be. We want to feel the best that we can be. And therefore, we need to adopt, healthy practices into our life. But before we get there, I just wanted to kind of go back to, the first video and the second video that I posted. And both those videos, I was talking about challenges. Like in the first one, that I wanted a new challenge for myself, because I just really felt that I needed to fill, time in my day. I needed to exercise my mind some more, and just to feel good about myself, especially as I had mentioned in that first video. There are days where I was just feeling like out of sorts because of everything that's going on in the world today. And then last week's video, talking about self-limiting beliefs, how they really do hold us back from reaching our potential. And I wanted to talk a bit more about that and just give another example of a self-limiting belief. For years, I've always thought that I could be a speaker, that I could tell my stories, if there be running stories or, just life stories. And I always felt that I could motivate, because I'd be told by my friends or, people, acquaintances, saying, "Oh, I love that story. Like, that's really inspirational. That's really motivating." And, I'll go back years now, and I would go out on a run. I would put together the story in my head, and I would say, yeah, like that's really great. I think that could really motivate somebody who wants to, start running, for example, or just start exercising, or take on a project and do something. And I would put these stories together, and I think, yes, as soon as I get home, I'm going to then, I'm going to write it down. I'm going to start a blog. I'm going to do a YouTube video. And then I'd get home, and all the self-doubts would start again. It would be, "Oh no, Sonia, like, really, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody's going to be interested. You really can't talk to people," etc., etc., etc. And I wouldn't do it. And then I'd do another run, and with the same thing time and time again. But I really have always felt strongly that this is something that I can do, that I feel like this is almost like my purpose. And One of the sayings that I've stumbled across recently, it was written by Aristotle, and it says, at the intersection where your gifts, talents, and abilities meet a human need, therein you will find your purpose. And I really feel as though I have stories to tell. I think I have something worthwhile to say. And now this is my third video. So what's changed? Why have I now seemingly been able to get over those self-limiting beliefs? And there's a couple of things. One, I told you that, people, and recently I was telling one of my running stories, and the person was like, oh my goodness, you should write a book if you have all those stories. You should do something with that. And the other thing was I started, because I guess I've been watching so much YouTube videos over the last few months, I started searching on YouTube how to start a YouTube channel. And every single video that I watched said, just start. The video won't be perfect. You will have lots to learn, but start. And I mean, that really resonated with me because that is my philosophy. That is what I've always lived by, that rule. Just start. Take that first step, because that first step will turn into 10 steps, into 100 steps, into 1,000 steps, and suddenly you're going to meet your goal. I've done this in my work life. The team, when I was still working, and our team would have a huge project. It would be immense. And I would always say, we'll break it down into bite-sized pieces. We will do the first step, the second step. The world will not be in a perfect setting for us to do everything. We're going to have to learn along the way. We might have to change rules, processes, procedures, but we are going to start. It was always successful taking that approach. And we got it done. We got the job done. And it was the same thing when I was teaching Learn to Run. I would teach Learn to Run at work. I would teach as well with one of the local running stores. And I always told the participants, you may not be able to run today, or you may only be able to run for a minute, but mark my words, if we start today, 3 months from today, you are going to run 5 kilometers. And they never believed me, but those that stuck with the program and those that did the work, because you do have to put in the effort as well, they were successful. And many of these people have become friends, and I still see them out running, and I'm always so happy to see that, they thought they couldn't do it, and here they are. They've gone beyond their own expectations. So based on that, that's why I thought, you know what, just start, just do it. There's another great quote that I love, and I saw this on Facebook recently, and it said it's anonymous, so I don't know who wrote it, but it says, dead last is greater than did not finish, which trumps did not start. Now, and I love this, because to me, I'd rather be last in something than not have ventured and tried what it was that I really wanted to do. Now, just a little caveat though on that particular quote, the middle piece where it says, dead last, does not, is greater than did not finish. Well, it depends. If you just didn't finish something because you just didn't want to finish it anymore, you just gave it up, is one thing. If you didn't finish, let's say, in a race because you actually maybe hurt yourself in a race, that's quite another thing. So when I read this quote, I take the did not finish as just simply giving up. Just simply giving up. So to me, it's all in who cares? Who cares? Like doing this YouTube channel, I'm doing this for me. Who cares if you're dead last? Really? Who cares? Because you're fulfilling a dream of your own. So how many of you have something that you have always wanted to do, but for some reason there's something holding you back? So I urge you to take that first step, because in the doing, in the taking of that first step, you will see that things become easier and easier, and you will achieve what your ultimate goal was, whatever that ultimate goal was. So kind of in keeping with that, taking that first step, the challenge for, the one part of the challenge for the next 2 weeks is write a list of, I don't know, 5 to 10 things that you have said you wanted to do. They can be big, they can be small. I know for myself, there's some things in the house that I've said I've wanted to do. I want to measure my hall closets, for example, because I need new closets. And it's not hard to do. Go down, get the tape measure, go to the store, talk to somebody and order them. I don't know why I haven't done it. So I will make my list of about 5 things. And each week, I just want you to pick one of those and start. You may be able to finish because it might not be something that takes a long time. Maybe it's painting the bathroom. Maybe it's picking up a craft that you've started before. Maybe you're knitting something, you put that aside. Pick that up again. Maybe it's sewing, maybe it's quilting, whatever. I'm sure there are things that you say you want to do, but you're just not getting around to it. So pick one item per week. And it's just a small little thing that just might get you over that hump of, taking that first step. And then the second part of the challenge, again, in keeping with, keeping our bodies healthy, being fit, for, being well, having a sense of, being well, our well-being, is to do 10 minutes of yoga every day. Only 10 minutes. You can search on YouTube and just type in 10-minute yoga, and oh my goodness, there are tons of 10-minute yoga programs that are free. They're free on YouTube. So, and I'm going to pick a different one every single day, because I want to see what's out there. And I know doing the yoga, I mean, many of you may already do a lot of stretching, mobility type exercises, but certainly as you get older, mobility issues start to creep in. It gets a little harder to be mobile. With the stretching, it gets a little bit harder. Can you stand up and touch your toes? That's a good indication of how flexible, mobile you are. So that'll be the next, for the next 2 weeks. Next video, next week, we will, have a bit of a recap, and, there'll be another topic that'll be something that, again, is good for our general well-being. If you like the video, please subscribe and hit the notification button so that you are notified when I post the next video. The plan is to have them go out every Thursday morning. And hit the like button if you've liked this. And I do hope that there's something in here that resonated with you, and that you will take that next step into achieving what it is that you want to achieve, and taking that first step. So until next time, this is Sonia on Being 60. Bye.